It's time to get the news.
It's time to get the facts.
Penny and Timmy are sharing all the hacks. From weather to headlines,
We've got it all,
we're on the spot.
answering the call.
No matter the topic,
join us now
and come behind the strings.
Hello, and welcome back to Behind the Strings. I'm your host, Penny Stitch.
And I'm Timmy Tinsel. Penny, you look different. Did you cut your hair?
No?
New makeup?
Mm-mm.
Finally break up with your boyfriend?
During last week's episode, we heard from President-elect Yarn on his policies to make Yarntopia yarn again, as well as learned about the latest trend, glitter glue.
This week we're unraveling the yarn as we update you on this week's breaking news.
Read your answers to our question of the week.
And receive the week's forecast.
Plus, stay tuned for a sneak peek of the newest blockbuster movie, Saki.
Let's hear from our meteorologists, Willie Winsock and Gail Button.
Thanks, guys. It does look to be a chilly week out here in Yarntopia, so make sure to pull out your wool socks. As you can see, the highs are all around 50 degrees this week with lows in the 30s, except for Friday, which looks to only get up to about 30 degrees from about 10 in the early morning hours.
Yes, as you can see, it looks like we will also have some rainy days this week, with a 60% chance on Monday, 70% chance with some thunderstorms on Thursday, and a 40% chance on Saturday.
Looking ahead to this upcoming winter season, many statisticians and climatologists are saying that this has the potential to be the coldest winter on record with many days below zero. On the other hand, we are hearing that we will have significantly less snowfall this winter than in past years. Comment with the hashtag StringsWeather on Instasock to give your opinions on these weather predictions.
Stay on the lookout for more weather updates and check out our app, Behind the Strings News, anytime for weather reports or to see the radar. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome back, folks, and thank you, Willie and Gail, for an insightful weather report. Moving on to something a bit more fun, we have our question of the week.
Yes, we do. This is the segment where we go over last week's question and give the question for the upcoming week. So this week's question is, if you could live in one shoe for the rest of your life, what type of shoe would that be?
The answers we received were quite riveting and funny, if I do say so myself.
I agree. Let's take a look at some of our answers, shall we?
Our first response is from Pate on Point. She says, I would live in a Converse high top because I like the idea of being elevated in life, literally and metaphorically.
Well said, Peyton.
Very on point, just like your handle.
Our second response is from Joel Rivero, whose handle is Joe et al. He says, I would live in a platform boot. That way I can still look down on everyone, even if I'm trapped inside a shoe.
That sounds like something someone with his Twitter handle would say.
I agree. We got another response from Ryan Bays, also known as Bazed and Confused.
Ryan says he would live in a Birkenstock because he's already got the comfort over style thing down. So why not fully commit?
He does make a good point. Here, as Birkenstocks are not known for being the most fashionable.
Except for Sock Jesus, of course.
Oh, of course. Next, Gabsolutely Not said she would like to live in a flip-flop. This is because she wants a relaxed life, plus it gives her an excuse to flip out every now and then.
Very insightful stuff from Gabby. Finally, our last response of the day is from Dylan Yance, whose handle is Yon't Stop Believing. He says, I would live in a clown shoe, because I think it's time for a little more dramatic flair in my life.
Living in a clown shoe would definitely add dramatic flair if you ask me.
It definitely would. Those were some great responses, and it's time to reveal this upcoming week's question.
This week we want to know, if you could choose what style sock you would be, this could be ankle, knee-high sock, half sock, anything you want. Just let us know on Twitter with hashtag BTStrings, question of the week.
I cannot wait to see those responses. And now, a first look into one of the hottest movies coming to the silver screen, Saki.
His name is Sylvester Stallone, and he is the star of a new film called Saki. He's been described as tough, handsome, talented, sexy, sensitive, dynamic, brilliant. He's the man that could only be loved by one woman because somehow she gets beneath the pain. He's every nobody who ever needed somebody.
Saki, do you believe Yarntopia is the land of opportunity?
Yeah,
He's every man who ever settled for something less.
Talking about your prime. What about my prime, Mick? At least you had a prime. I didn't have no prime. I had nothing.
He's the man who never had a chance until now. Saki. His whole life was 1,000,000 to 1 shot. His name is Sylvester Stallone, but you will always remember him as Saki.
This just in.
The largest meth producer and dealer in the puppet states of America has just been taken in by the federal puppet investigators.
In what is proving to be a huge win for law enforcement across the nation, this bust is truly going to shake up the status quo.
Let's throw it over to Benny Beads now to see what's going on live.
Thanks, guys. It is true that we are in fact outside of the federal courtroom where Walter White is hearing all of his charges for the first time. We are hearing that there's potential Walter White was set up by one of his own law enforcement about 40 miles west of Albasaki in the Great Yarn Desert. Here he comes now. Sir, do you have anything to say for yourself? Where's Jesse? We need to cook. Sir, can you just tell us how you became the largest meth producer? Well, I just love science and I love money. So between those and not truly loving my family, I just decided to cook meth. Have you seen Jesse? We have not. But what do you have to say about the rumors that Mr. Pinkman may have cut a deal with the feds to take you down? Jesse would never do that. He's family. Well, maybe not actual family, but close enough. This sounds like a pathetic lie cooked up by you so-called journalists. Where's Jesse? Jesse, we need to cook. There you have it, folks. Tensions are high as the once untouchable kingpin faces the music. The crowd here is high octane and on the edge, as Penny is about to discuss.
That's right, Benny. The courtroom steps are swarming with puppets from all walks of life. Some are holding signs that say, "No strings attached justice," while others are chanting, "Say no to puppet meth."
This trial might be the biggest thing to happen in the puppet state since Pinocchio turned himself into a real boy.
We're hearing about the police officer reactions from our field correspondent, Polly Patchwork, who is at the Albasaki Police Department. She said, "The mood here is nothing short of jubilant. Officers are calling this a seamless operation, and Chief Buttons even unveiled a celebratory quilt stitched entirely from confiscated evidence bags. But it's not all celebrations. Law enforcement warns this bust is just the beginning. Puppet cartels are notoriously quick to rebuild." And that's all for today, folks. Thank you again to all our reporters, staff, and Weather Boy for all their hard work. Without them, there would be no show. So we truly send our heartfelt thanks out to you all.
So, Penny, what are your plans for tonight?
Probably just go home and relax for the night.
Fun! Mind if I join you? I heard Button Drive is a nice place to hang out and get to know one another.
How do you know where I live?
On next week's broadcast, tune in to see how to make the best hair out of yarn.
And take a look at everyone's favorite pop star, Ariana Yarnday, who is coming out with her new album, Eternal Sockshine of a Yarnless Mind.
Thanks for tuning in to Behind the Strings. So about tonight.
Yeah, actually I think I'll be staying at my boyfriend's house.
Oh, on Yarn Street? Want to ride?
No thanks. I'm going to ride with my boyfriend instead.
What the fuck?